Hello and welcome to Small Wonders, the series where I tell you about a game which is wondrous and passionate and deserves all the attention I can heap upon it. Today I bring to you the Seance of Blake Manor, or as I have taken to calling it, the Seance of Blake Manor.
Do you want to go to war, Malaki?
We head to our setting of Ireland in the late 1890s, where your character, Detective Declan Ward, has arrived at the manor of a rich family, the Blakes, who are putting on a seance which the guests are taking very seriously. The reason you are here is because you've received an anonymous letter about a woman named Evelyn Dean who has apparently gone missing at the manor in the days leading up to the seance, and you are tasked with finding her, if indeed she is still alive. It's a great hook, and for anybody who likes a good detective fantasy, especially with a bit of that horror vibe going on, you can probably just save yourself the time and get the game now, but there's much more I have to say. The game opens with a kind of comic book format, which is really charming, with beautiful hand-drawn landscapes and portraits painting the scene for us as we arrive, and our narrator and main character, Mr. Ward, explaining the entire situation. Now that we've arrived, the hotel manager greets us and explains that because the telegraph machine is broken, he didn't receive our advance warning that we were coming, and therefore our room isn't ready yet. But that he would have the room ready for us before midnight and to just sit tight. Now is when we gain control and are introduced to the main mechanic of the game. As a detective, we want to investigate everything we can to determine what happened to Evelyn Dean. However, we have only until Sunday night, and we have very limited time remaining. Every action that you take in this game has a certain time cost. Even just looking at a painting on the wall takes a minute, so you have to be very careful about the way you spend your time. That said, I'll say right now, it isn't super constraining. You still get enough time that you can use some time wastefully to get more lore and story and whatnot, but it makes every decision important, and you're constantly thinking. If this mechanic weren't in the game, I can imagine it would just be a game of clicking on every single thing that you possibly can until you get all the clues collected together, and then bada bing, bada boom, you're done. The game also makes use of a huge web of evidence and mysteries, which you will be slowly connecting the dots between, and it gives you kind of a mind map that you can use to figure out what your plan is going to be going forward, which I really appreciate. But that's enough talking. Let's get into the game and actually show you what it's like. Hello and welcome to the Seance of Blake Manor. Let's go into the options menu really quick, show you what we've got. We got some audio options, always nice to be able to separate these different things. Gameplay modes, different. You can choose whether you want to hold or toggle the run button, very good for accessibility, whether you want to hold or press to get rid of tutorials. You can draw sigils in this game, very cool little puzzling aspect there, and drawing speed. This game is not super complex, so just the fact that they even have options like this is very optional. They did not need to include these. It's nice that they have them. And even a lot of like cursor size, text scroll speed, FOV. Some people are definitely going to need this FOV to be cranked up. I know some people get pretty sick when it's lower. Let's see, we can go all the way up to 105 it looks like, which I think is enough for most people to be okay. So I'm glad about that. Change text size and all of that, graphics resolution. You can even adjust by like 10% increments the vignette of the game. That's pretty cool. Not a whole lot of games do that. Okay, I thought maybe there was something higher than normal, but there's not. We're gonna stick on normal. And of course, rebindable keys, as every game should have. Glad to have it. So, let's jump in with a new game.
Mr. Ward!
I'll waste no time, as there's none for wasting. I write from Blake Manor in Connemara. Yesterday, a guest went missing. a young woman named Evelyn Dean. Everyone here carries on as if nothing has happened. She has not left. Of that I am sure. This envelope contains £200. Please, sir, accept this money and come quick, for I fear she's not long for this world. A further £300 will be paid out if you find her alive. I know the west of Ireland might well be the far side of the world for its distance from you. There's no one else to turn to. I hear you are an honourable man, a steadfast investigator, and, perhaps most importantly, godly. I pray for the girl that this is true.
And there we go. Our intro. So you already get kind of a feel for the style of the game and what's going to be happening. And it gets certainly pretty creepy at certain parts. You haven't seen that yet, but I'm excited to show you. Day 1, Friday, October 29th at 11 p.m. Blake Manor Courtyard. I'm not going to call it Balake every single time. I'll let it go.
Evelyn Dean, daughter of the slumlord, Rupert Dean. I wonder if my employer hired me because of my past with her father. Or maybe they don't know of her father's involvement in my brother's death. I suppose that too will become clear in time.
Yes, indeed, I suppose it will. Our main character here has some kind of relation to Evelyn Dean. You can look at the front gates. As you can see, like I talked about in the intro, it says there's a 1 there on a clock, so it takes me 1 minute. So you'll see it's 11 p.m. now, and after we look, the manor is miles from Gofford, miles from anywhere. Without a horse, there is nowhere to go. And now it's 11:01 p.m. And now the clock thing is gone. So if I ever forget what this front gate said, I can just click on it again, and it won't cost another minute. So at least once you investigate something, you're good. You don't have to worry about it anymore. I think we can skip this. I'm gonna move forward in this creepy garden. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but
Hello? Is somebody there?
boom.
What in hell?
What in hell? I'm seeing things. The lateness of the hour and the long day of travel must have my nerves on edge. Still, perhaps I will ask. You check all the evidence you find in the records. The records contains a catalog of all the evidence Ward has gathered during his investigation. Some evidence can be examined or analyzed for further information. You can examine your hiring letter, for example. All right. This is the letter I received hiring me onto this case. If we examine it, it will say basically everything that Mr. Ward said here in the intro. Sincerely, a concerned party. So we don't even know who has sent this letter. Just that they are a concerned party. Washerwoman. I thought I saw a woman washing clothes in the fountain out in front of the manor. And look at this. There's a damp garment. There's something in the fountain where I thought I saw that woman. A shawl? I've got a bad feeling about this place. Alright. Let's look at the fountain itself. A not uncommon centerpiece at a place like this. And we can look around. There's some more investigating to be done. There's a nice gazebo over here. Is that what you would call this? This seems too fancy to be a gazebo. For instance, there's a statue. A bronze statue of a lady. It is not that old. A few years, perhaps. A dedication to Mary Blake, the Marquess's wife. Though taken from us too soon, she will live on in our hearts and She would live on in our hearts and lives through her kind and charitable deeds. Now we learned a little bit more about Mary Blake, and as you can see, a bunch has been added to the evidence. So if we go back here, now we can ask people about any of these, and it shows specifically discussable with. So there's somebody down here, and well, as well as a bunch of question mark people that we can ask to learn about Mary Blake, and we may be able to ask about some of these other things as well, such as the washerwoman, this photograph of Miss Dean, my luggage map, so on and so forth. Now, let's head into the manor and show you a little bit more. I can also hold space, as you can see, and it will show me different interactables, because sometimes it's really easy to miss stuff like this. For instance, I can look up here. When interacting with a person or an object, you may have more than one action to choose from. Use the mouse to navigate between actions. Now this is, I've beaten the whole game and I've never climbed to this. What? An open window with strong vines climbing to it. I could probably climb up to it should I find the need. Can we do that? Heck yeah. Oh!
What on earth? Sir, this is a restricted area and that is a window.
Oops.
I do not know why you went to such lengths to break in here, but that hardly matters now. This event is not open to people lacking in decorum. You may take your bags and leave, sir.
Well, that's funny. The game was ready for me to do that. Whoops. You know, it shows real care when the developers are so ready for you to do such a thing. So yeah. Let's try that again. Alright. Yeah. Moving on. I saw that there's this thing over here. A barrel to look at. A barrel of rusty-colored rainwater. Well, that wasn't particularly useful. And that is just... sometimes that's going to happen in this game. You're going to find things that you are going to interact with and you're going to waste a minute. But that's okay. You get time. You don't have to be super stressed out about these things. I should check with the front desk for any information on Miss Dean's whereabouts. Time is of the essence. If you are to solve the mystery of Blake Manor, time advances when Ward interacts with objects and characters, such as these jack-o'-lanterns. You have until midnight tonight to resolve the mystery of Miss Dean's departure. You will be free to further explore the manor in the coming days. But for now, we are stuck in this little entrance lobby area. There's nobody around. I could ring the reception bell or spend a moment taking in the place first. You record your goals and progress in the mystery map. Alright, this is one of my favorite things. You have unlocked a mystery. You should investigate it. I will. Each mystery contains evidence and leads. Evidence provides information for your investigation. Leads provide guidance and avenues of investigation. Selecting a connection reveals context for why two nodes are connected. So, here we go. We have our hiring letter, which is connected to Miss Dean's departure. Could Miss Dean still be at the manor? I should check into the hotel. I should ring the bell so that I can speak to the manager and check in. It's kind of a little way to guide you. Like, how do you want to do this? Where do you have leads and openings that you could investigate further? So, let's check in. Let's meet our what's his name? I don't know. The guy that kicked us out earlier on better terms.
Yes?
Yes.
Hello, I'm Declan Ward. I telegrammed ahead.
I see. We did not receive your message, Mr. Ward. Our telegraph machine is broken. Regardless, I am Vincent Varley, the manager here. We are quite full at present, but we can fit you in. I'll send word that a room should be prepared, and I'll show you to it as soon as is possible. It shall be no later than midnight. But first, we require our guests to sign in, if you would.
I don't know about you, but Mr. Varley seems tired and annoyed, but also pretty fun. Let's sign the book. You can analyze people, documents, certain items. Move the magnifying glass to hunt for observations. I shall. Miss Dean's signature. Signed the registration book a few days ago, so she at least signed in. There's a lot of names here all signed in within the last week, more than I thought there'd be. Excluding myself and Miss Dean, there are 17 others currently staying in the hotel. Only one guest has signed with an X, meaning this gathering has unusually high literacy rates. Person X and a Father Lorcan Synot signed in after Miss Dean reportedly went missing. So in other words, Person X and Father Lorcan Synot are probably innocent, right? If they signed in after Miss Dean went missing? Guest signing times. A record of who arrived and departed and when. I noticed Miss Dean did not sign out. Okay. We'll sign in ourselves.
I see you are busy for somewhere so remote, though it seems quiet around here.
The seance has brought a great many visitors, it's true. Most have retired early to be ready for the weekend ahead.
Indeed. The, seance. I noticed the Miss Dean's name signing in. Does that happen to be Evelyn Dean?
It is. Rather it was. I'm afraid she's not staying with us any longer. Were you hoping to meet her?
I was. She's, left already?
She has. Can I help with anything else?
Yeah, you can tell me some more, man. You can engage in conversation. So now we can do discuss evidence, and it gives me all the different options of what I can discuss with him. And it doesn't have to be evidence. I can go to everything and discuss all. I can discuss himself if I so wish. But we'll go to evidence. It probably wants me to ask about, well, let's talk about the grand seance that's happening. That's the big draw. Looks like you've gone to some trouble with this event. This seance is the first of its kind. It seems prudent to put some expense into the event. What makes this seance distinct from any other? Well, I simply run the hotel and would not be the best source for an in-depth explanation, but I will try my best. A typical seance allows only limited communication with a ghost, limited in that a medium is needed, a host, a device, etc. It's believed that at the right time of year, with the right collection of people gathered, a more direct form of communication could be achieved. And so those people have been gathered here at Shemaine. Irish. I would love to know how to pronounce Irish words and places and names. But for now, we're going to go with Shemaine. Where and when the veil is thinnest, to see if that is true. As I say, that is the belief. Whether you believe it, Mr. Ward, is up to you. Okay, interesting. Let's get to the telegraph machine, which is broken apparently. Why? You mentioned the telegraph machine is down? It is. Likely the storm shorted the battery. Terrible timing. I tried to wire up the replacement, but have had no luck. I'll have the groundsman look in the morning. How about the washerwoman? Did you see anything like that? You will think me quite mad, Mr. Varley, but I saw a woman washing something in the fountain. I can assure you that our facility has a full laundry, and nothing is washed in the fountain. Perhaps you saw a bean-nye. It would be fitting for the time of year and the gathering here, though unfortunate for whoever's clothes were being washed. Interesting. Let's analyze him. Cracking glasses. They must be difficult to see through. The damage must be recent, or surely he'd have had them fixed. Unhappy expression. He looks profoundly displeased. Is it with me or something else? Hand on pocket watch. He keeps checking his pocket watch. He's either pressed for time, ruled by routine, or both. There we go. All observations discovered, so you can get kind of a feel as to who the character is and what they're like. Mr. Varley here is very stressed about the time, and he seems a little displeased about what's going on at the moment. I don't know, maybe he entered into some kind of altercation recently with a crack in his glasses. Or he just doesn't have the money to fix it, perhaps. And this all gets added into the evidence, which I can now talk to him about. I can ask, why are you so unhappy, Mr. Varley? Are you very busy, sir? I notice you're holding your pocket watch there. These events do not run themselves. Its and the manor's success depend on tight scheduling. Alright, sure. I apparently asked about the pocket watch. I meant to ask about the unhappy expression one more time. Are you alright, sir? You look rather perturbed. I'm perfectly fine. My mind is on the hotel and event. Of course. So he does not want to tell us very much. As you can see, the evidence pieces we've already asked about will be added onto the bottom here. So the ones you haven't asked get filtered to the top, and they add this little eye icon on the top. Right now it looks like he's got a third eye. That's just to show that you've already discussed it with him. Let's talk about our luggage. What do I do with it? I'm sorry about the late hour. I misjudged the time needed for the journey. It happens often enough, though usually not so late in the day. Our driver knows the routes well. He would shorten your return trip. I will keep that in mind, thanks. You may deposit your luggage on the rack to my right. Our porter will then bring it to your room when ready.
I need nothing else, thank you.
Then please wait here. The staff will prepare your room, and I'll be back to show you to it shortly. Now, if you will excuse me, with the telegraph machine broken, I have delivery orders to write for the morning. If you need me again, you know how to summon me.
I suppose I do. Now, it's telling me that I can hold space to enter detective vision, and there are a great many things which I could be investigating. These flyers for the seance, for instance. The Grand Seance, a gathering of intellects interested in esoteric matters regardless of sex, color, or creed. Join renowned mystic Carmela Mantovani as she leads us in the most advanced crossing of the veil as yet witnessed by mortal men. No wobbling tables, distant moans, or questionable planchettes here. See the spirit for yourself, and better yet, speak with it directly. So this is what they're here to do. To talk with a ghost? That cannot be possible. I've heard of seances before, but always the spirit speaks through a medium, a person or object. Surely all fraudulent and spiritually dubious. What on earth was Evelyn Dean doing here? Her father did not strike me as a spiritual man, nor one who would allow his child stray so far from his sight that she could end up here of all places. Who was this woman? Who indeed was Evelyn Dean? Oh, there's an entertainment schedule, a listing of all guest activities planned for this event. This is quite useful going through the game because people actually will be going to some of these events. These ones earlier on, this is before today, because this is Saturday will be tomorrow, Sunday will be the next day. This is a masked ball tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. in the ballroom. On Sunday, there's a silent dinner at 8 p.m. And on Sunday evening, the Grand Seance takes place in the Hedge Maze at 9 p.m. Talks held daily in the drawing room, located in the West Corridor. Information on talks will be posted outside the room each morning. Fantastic. Those talks are given by different groups of people that are in the manor, and they will talk to you about the different things they're interested in, fairies and history and the manor itself. Discs. What on earth could these be for? It could be that they're important. Maybe there's a clue to their use somewhere around here. Ooh, I'll just take those. A private letter. This letter's written in a swirly script that I think may be Middle Eastern. Oh, well, we can't read it. So what do we care? A personal letter from a Victoria Lau. It has no reference to the manor or planned event whatsoever. We're just reading everybody's private letters. Who cares? Letters from a Mr. Dupre. He is half-heartedly inquiring about a business. A photo of him outside the manor is included. His expression is flat. I wonder what Mr. Dupre has going on. Now, I believe he said we could leave our luggage somewhere. Here's the luggage room. And we can even be a little bit snoopy. Man, this grate is all lit up. I wonder if there's something here. Huh? Oh, some luggage fell behind us. What happened here? Alright, a mysterious circumstance. What could have caused that? Well, first, let's look at the vent. An ordinary vent, except there seems to be something stuck inside. The grate is fastened firmly to the wall. I can't get it out. If only we had, I don't know, a screwdriver or something to take this vent out. So as you can see, we're starting to get little, little side quests, little goals that we could follow. And there's a whole lot more we could be looking at in here, but, well, maybe not a whole lot more, actually. Trunk? Well, look at this weird special lock. Locked, of course, but there's something about the pattern on that lid. The way it's pulling me in. I'll have to return here later. Yes, so this is one of those sigils. Eventually, we will gain the ability to draw a sigil on this trunk and be able to unlock it that way. But We have not yet gained that ability, so we shall move on. Now, let's see if we can't help out Mr. Varley here. There's a faint smell of burnt paper in the air in here. Because this telegraph machine is broken, wherever it is. That's a typewriter. Here it is, or telegram machine, my apologies. Let's look at the page. It seems somebody was trying to follow these instructions. But what's the required output voltage? Okay, a voltaic battery is built by stacking cells to reach the required voltage output. This diagram shows a voltaic battery with an output of 4 volts. A cell is made up of 2 discs called an anode and a cathode separated by an electrolyte bridge. Alright, and it has 4 of each of these cells for 4 volts. Now we gotta figure out what the voltage is, because we can repair this. Oh, it says 6 volts right there. The hotel's primary means of communication with the outside world. Apparently the battery is dead. It requires 6 volts. Well, good thing I picked up those discs earlier. These burnt out discs are where the smell in the room is coming from. I'll remove them from them in case there's any case of fire. Alright, let's give this a try. I can use these new discs to replace the old ones. I need to assemble a battery with the right voltage. Just needs the right number of discs in the right order. Well, you know, I think I got this. Doop, 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 doop. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doop, doop, doop. Test. The battery seems to be working, and the telegraph machine now has a hum to it. Wait, it is telegraph. I don't know what the difference is between telegraph and telegram. I should tell the manager. I should tell the manager that I don't know what I'm doing. But I did it. Look at these creepy jack-o'-lanterns. Like, there's just enough imagery in this game that makes you think. Like, why? Now, you might want to click on everything you have here, but this is just book. It might not be important. I don't want to waste too much time. I still have 34 minutes before midnight, but it was saying I do have to be careful and solve the departure of Miss Dean before then. What the? I was not ready for that. Did you see that? That was really fast. There was something there. The game will throw out some little, not quite jump scares, but just like little spooks in places you wouldn't necessarily expect. It gets the most spooky near the end. Or, yeah, there's some crazy things that happen on the Sunday, for sure. Of that, I'll say. There are different areas of the manor unlock, and it can get kind of spooky. Let's discuss some evidence, specifically the telegraph machine being fixed.
Your telegraph machine seems to be functional.
Is that so? Mr. Hunter must have slipped in unnoticed and fixed
Yeah,
it.
it definitely wasn't us.
Then you'll have to excuse me. I have messages to send ahead of tomorrow. I will be in the telegraph room should you need me. You shouldn't be waiting much longer for your room, I assure you. It will be ready by midnight at the latest.
Okay. Still saying that I have until midnight. I should act quickly. I don't know how long he'll stay in there. Character locations, points of interest, and rooms can be viewed on the map. This is the map. The yellow area indicates where where Ward is. You can also see where other characters are. Characters change position every hour. So yeah, here's the map. Obviously, the manor is much larger than simply this lobby area, but this is all we've unlocked so far. Luggage room, and you can see Mr. Varley here is in the telegraph room, which means he is no longer in the manager's office. We can even listen in. I can't hear anything. Doesn't seem like anyone is on the other side, which means we are now safe to enter without getting kicked out of the manor like we were the first time. Now, I don't know why Mr. Varley's got pictures of bugs and spiders and beetles. It's a little weird, but if that's what you're into, you know, I'm not going to judge. It's on the clipboard here. A record of who is in which room. Useful information to have. There's something under it. Oh. This looks to be signed by Evelyn Dean. I think this is Miss Dean's departure letter. On his desk. Strange, he must have been examining it when I arrived. It's signed. I wonder, does this match her signature in the sign-in book? Oh, it certainly looks pretty close. Are there any differences between these signatures? Well, there are. This E is much more swoopy-doopy-doo. Yes, and this D is less swoopy-doo. Or, I guess it's also more swoopy-doo up here. Is there another difference? There must be. There must be. Evelyn. Oh, the Y. The Y has a knob on this one. These signatures are close, but they don't match. Somebody else wrote this letter of hers, but who and why? You've gathered enough evidence to craft a hypothesis. Evidence provides keywords for each hypothesis. Press 1 to access this. Alright, so we go back to this mystery here in our mystery map. And we've collected a bunch of different things. I apologize, maybe I should have opened this up partway through. But we can work backwards and figure out. A whole bunch of stuff has just been connected in the dots. I'm trying to do it a little fast because, you know, I don't want this video to be incredibly long. But yeah, we're investigating Miss Dean's departure. So we checked in and we met Mr. Varley, the hotel manager. He's still in a foul humor, but at least now he's left his office. He's displeased. The manager's method for sending and receiving telegrams. So we determined fixing the telegram didn't fix his mood, but at least now he's left his office. Maybe if we fixed the telegraph, that it would have made him happy. We were wrong, but it still caused him to leave his office, and fixing the telegraph required discs. And now we could explore the manager's office where he found this forged letter, connected it to Miss Dean, the signature from the sign-in book, and compared to the guest's sign-in times. Now, we have this one this hypothesis spot. So let's make our hypothesis. What do we think happened here? So if we click this, we can say Miss Dean's departure letter is forged. This is our hypothesis, and if it is right, he will. What if I know what happened here?
So, Miss Dean didn't leave the hotel, and somebody wants us to think that she did. But who? Can I learn anything about the culprit?
Well, we do know that they can write.
Of course. Educating the people over here isn't exactly the Crown's highest priority. As a result, literacy rates are low enough in the west of Ireland. The fact that this letter was written at all is a useful clue to the identity of the culprit behind whatever has befallen Miss Dean.
Mystery solved. She did not leave the manor, though somebody wants people to think that she did. Facts about the culprit. Completing the hypothesis is critical to advancing the mysteries and finding Miss Dean, as each successful hypothesis will reveal facts about the culprit. So let's proceed. So now we know, on the left, they are able to write. We have 1 out of 9 facts about the culprit, and eventually, as we fill these out, we will be able to figure out of all these people on this tree, who is the guilty party. The only person we've met thus far is Vincent Varley. But as we play the game, there are many, many colorful characters, and now we have a new mystery, the culprit, because we believe Miss Dean hasn't actually left. But she's not present either, so what has happened? So there is a culprit who's trying to make us think that she's not around, and why is that? And if we investigate, this is where it comes to show us all the different potential culprits.
Mr. Ward.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Ward, your room is ready.
Wow. Now I'm remembering what this window is for, because we don't want to come out into the lobby like this. So we're going to climb out of the window. There we go. We're very innocent. We're going to be a little wet, I think, coming back in, but Mr. Varley will think we just enjoy walks in the rain. We would never go into the manager's office.
Mr. Ward, your room is ready. The porter shall meet us there.
Ooh. Into the main body of the manor. And here we are. We have a new area. This weird green thing. A strange device. A strange contraption. I wonder what its function is. What is it measuring? And we have pictures. Very creepy. The fact that, like, these photos don't have eyes is just so off-putting in the best possible way. The plaque tells me that this is Walter Blake, the Marquess's only child. So now we have a library topic unlocked, because of course there's a library in this game as well, for us to search things up. And the Blakes are famous enough that we can look them up in books. Now, who's this? Edward Blake, the man who built this manor, according to the plaque. And there are more, but let's make sure we get to bed on time.
If you head up the stairs, the porter will show you to your room.
Ooh, the porter. Will that be a second character? Alright, who's this? A portrait of a woman with dark hair. She is holding an ornate vase that looks to be Egyptian. That's curious. The plaque reads, Lady Wilhelmina Blake. Yes, this face might just turn out to be important. There he is.
This room's yours, sir. Number 4.
Number 4. Lucky number 4. And we can see if we can even listen. Sounds like there's someone on the other side. Yep, alright. Everybody's in their rooms, I guess. Sounds like someone on the other side. And who are you? Let's analyze you. Sunken red eyes. His eyes are red as if something is irritating them. Unusual Celtic cross. A Celtic cross, though it seems somehow different to many I've seen. He seems to be suffering from some kind of tremor. He's got some shaky hands. I wonder what that could be about. Perhaps he's tired, stressed, depressed about something? And what's special about his cross?
This is your room, sir. Breakfast is served at 9 a.m. in the East Wing Dining Hall. Nice chance to meet your fellow guests, that. Anyway, sleep well and all that.
Well, of course. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Doyle. Appreciate that. Bunk. Put down our luggage there. All good. And we finally have our own little bedroom here with a great many things to investigate. Look at this cute little fox. An intelligent and sly creature, though those traits do not seem to have helped it here. Isn't that true? Freshly dressed with good quality sheets. I should rest. Sure, let's go to bed. Now, in theory, if I wanted to be more, better with my time, I could have used more of it there. What is going on here? That's a creepy little skull. Oh, gosh. All right, I'm out of my bed. Candles. Angel statues. My footsteps reverberate on the floor in a not creepy at all way, and there's giant red windows. What's going on here? Gosh, the way the windows like curve around me as I go adds to a scale of grandeur. And here we find our first sigil. Pretty simple. We just have to draw a line between all of the points. Alright, more spooky hallway. I love spooky hallways. I heard that door. Was there something there? It looked like there was something there. And I didn't see these handprints earlier either. Alright, fantastic. A dead end? Not quite. So as you can see, there's a little more to this game than just trying to solve the murder of Evelyn Dean. Let's do. There we go. It can be a little puzzle. These sigils are pretty fun to try and figure out how exactly the best pattern is, because the problem is I can't like repeat any line. Once the line has been made white, I can't like do it again. I can't go back over. So once you've chosen, you have to then try and fill up all of the lines without ever doubling up. And I love those little puzzles. All right, one more barrier broken. We've got some scary stuff going on here. You can tell this game, it's got some supernatural stuff going on. These interesting Celtic runes around the outside. Now, how do I want to solve... See, now this doesn't work because now I'm stuck on the corner here. So I think I gotta start from one of these. This also doesn't work. Okay, what if I start from... Nope, that doesn't work. Do I have to end here? I think I have to go from the bottom up. Go like this. Nope. From here. There we go. Oh, no. Okay. Here. And then here. And then here, and then here, and then here. No, that doesn't work either. Oh my goodness. I swear I used to be good at these. Come on. Doing a puzzle when people are watching you is not a good idea. I thought for sure it would have to be like starting at the bottom here. That felt good, but I don't think that's right. Okay. Yeah, let's go from like here. No, it can't be from there. Okay. This just gets me stuck here. Alright, we're gonna start back up at the top again. There's gotta be like a really simple way to make this work. What if it's just like go around the outsides first? What am I doing? Who knows? Aha! Okay, I did it. Oh my goodness. We are. It is the next day.
Oh, my head. I don't feel rested at all. What was that dream? So vivid. Despite my tiredness, I've woken with a new eagerness to attend this event's seance.
Oh, that's not weird at all that now we want to attend the seance that we didn't care about before.
Given I only learned about the event last night, I find that odd.
I would agree.
What on earth was that?
Yeah, I heard something out there as well, sir. Before we go out there, we have a bunch of different sigils and stuff here. Scraw, a sigil that dissolved whatever it has been linked to. Diglasail, it unlocks doors that have been magically sealed. And Duasig, a strange sigil I saw in my dream that woke me upon using it. More things to ask people if we need to. Now it is day 2, Saturday, and I'm not going to show you too much of the day, but I know we're about to meet a bunch of characters. So I thought it would be interesting to at least show you, because it would be a shame not to let you see some of the colorful cast of characters that we have here. Like these wonderful chaps.
How fast must it have been going to break through like that, Mr. Hunter?
Hard to say, Mr. Sham. Some of the wood up there needs replacing, so all they had to do was hit the wrong pawn.
Mr. Hunter must be the groundsman. Given the attire, he is likely Father Lorcan Sinat. I like that his name is Sin Not, because he's a priest, right? Haha. Those whispering women, only one matching pair signed in at the same time, a Mrs. Victoria Lau and a Miss Ivy MacLeod.
What is happening here, Mrs. Joyce? Myself and the Marquess were in a meeting with Miss Mantovani.
Oh, sirs, it were a crow. Poor thing was dead on impact. But don't you worry, we'll get this cleaned up in no time.
Mrs. Joyce looks to be the housekeeper. Only one housekeeper for all these people. Seems like a hard job.
Sorry, Marquess.
Miss Murphy?
I was just coming to get you for young Master Walter. He won't eat alone. The food'll go cold for long.
Miss Murphy must be the cook.
Well, then I shouldn't keep Walter waiting any longer. Come, I shall leave the rest of you to it, and trust everyone to have a good day.
Yes, this is Jonathan Blake himself, the owner of the manor at the moment, and his son, Walter. The Marquess of Doon, Jonathan Blake. Would the boy in that painting be the master of the house, Walter? Is he already the master? I guess so. The commotion seems to be drawing a crowd. Is this everyone then? Everyone except Miss Dean, of course.
What's all this about a dead crow? Would that be a bad omen for anyone traveling today, yes?
Please, Mr. Coventry. Oh, Finn's being here is bad enough omen.
Aunt, some decorum, please.
Aunt. Perhaps then this is our Rory and Fia Callahan.
Ha! She said far worse about me, and it all true. Aye, it's a bad omen, Coventry. No doubt about that.
Mr. O'Finn. He wasn't in the sign-in book. He must be the ex.
A bad omen? And it didn't show up in your cards, Mrs. Erickson. Oh my.
Show some respect. Mr. Dupre, can't you keep your woman in line?
Oh my goodness.
Or is your dynamic the other way around?
This guy, huh?
Mrs. Darcy is not my woman, Mr. Scarrett, nor am I her man. We are people and belong only to ourselves.
Yeah, Mr. Scarrett.
Actually, the cards are more of a tool, a guide. They reflect...
Is there a need for yourself, Mrs. Erickson? Huh?
A French accent. He is likely Mr. Toussaint, then. By a process of elimination, then that distracted man must be Cathal O'Mara. And of those remaining women, the lady on the right looks more like a Barbosa and the other a Quinn.
Speaking of late arrivals.
Uh-oh, they're talking about us now.
Who was our newest guest?
Oh, they're all looking at me. Hey, it's me. Aren't I a handsome chap?
This might be a good time to mention that breakfast will be ready at 9 a.m. in case anyone wants to return to their rooms and freshen up.
Saved by the bellboy. Thanks, Seamus. One of those people must be behind Miss Dean's disappearance. But who are they all? They're all here for the seance, and some of them know one another clearly. Do they all know one another? Am I clearly an infiltrator? I can't think on that too much, or I'll grow paranoid. All I can do is the job. Investigate her vanishing and probe into these people. One of them is behind it. The more I can learn about them and their reasons for being here, the better chance I have in finding her. I should make a record of their movements. It might be helpful to know what their plans are, and when their rooms are free, so that we can sneak into those rooms. Oh, Mr. Toussaint here wants to talk.
Monsieur, you would be Declan Ward, correct? Allow me to even the playing field. I am Etienne Toussaint, a debunker of fraudulent mystics. And it's the topic of fraud I wish to speak with you on.
That is wonderful, Mr. Toussaint, and I'd love to speak with you as well. Oh, all right. He wants to talk. Okay, we can talk about fraud. All right, if you want to talk about fraud, we can. Searching out fraud must be easy work in an event such as this. In what way, monsieur? It is a seance. Surely everyone involved in running it is a charlatan and the rest naive fools. Au contraire, monsieur, many of the guests are true magical practitioners. But at a gathering such as this, there is likely to be somebody looking to take advantage of the more vulnerable attendees, those who merely believe.
That's all.
I think not.
Okay, all right. Man wants to keep it going. How do you know who I am? You know me, sir? Not quite. I know of you. It remains to be seen if you truly are the man I have read about. Let's talk about magic. Excuse me, but did you say there are people here who think they can perform magic? No. I said there are people here who can perform it. You are, I know, not of this scene, but believe me when I tell you magic, rituals, ghosts, it is all real. It is hard, of course, and expensive in what it takes, so it is not commonplace. Easier for some to fake. This is ridiculous. To you right now, maybe. But you are here now, and you will soon see many unexplainable things.
That's all.
I think
He just does not want me to leave. Alright, what do you... Let's talk about the guests. Oh no, we're going to talk about the strange occurrences. Have you noticed anything strange happening about the manor? I've noticed handprints on my mirror as if it were cold. Not the strangest thing, or at least I have seen stranger through my work. Let's talk about the various guests. You suspect someone, then? I believe most attendees are legitimate practitioners, but yes, I have my suspicions. Attendees and staff have their own problems to be solved. Solving their mysteries will help you uncover more about the relationship with Dean and their own reasons for attending the seance. You've gained enough evidence to solve Mr. Toussaint's hypothesis. After solving the hypothesis, confront Mr. Toussaint to find out what your deductions have revealed. Okay, let's form a hypothesis. We can skip the animation here because we just talked about it with him. It's pretty obvious that Mr. Toussaint's goal is to coerce me into investigating a guest for fraudulence. Only 4 possible things. They're making it easy for me at the start. I know what happened here.
It seems Mr. Toussaint is here on a witch hunt and intends to force me to his side. I should confront him about this.
And then we can confront him. And we will have to. Your goal is to coerce me into investigating a guest for fraudulence.
Quite right. Excellent. I had planned to do it myself,
You just,
but once
yes,
I saw
I
you,
did plan to coerce
I knew
you.
you would have to help, detective.
So, you do know who I am?
Indeed. I am an investigator of my own sort, you see. It would be foolish of me enter a new country and not read the papers, n'est-ce pas? As for my own investigation, I have focused on Madame Hazel Erickson. I'll get to the heart of it. She's an out-and-out fraud. About this I have no trace of a doubt. But my belief alone is not quite enough. I still lack evidence. Here, take this key. It will let you into room 19, Madame Erickson's room. There you can find something that proves the case. Of this I'm sure.
What makes you think I'd do a thing like that?
That's your job, is it not? And You would want to keep your presence here quiet? No? You won't hear a thing further about your presence once you have aided. Here, the key. I shall see you back with the evidence inside the hour. Yes? Otherwise, well, I will have to make an announcement at breakfast. You will be out no long after, I assure you.
And how do you expect me to get into Miss Erickson's room safely?
I believe I heard her discussing her plans with Monsieur Aufin. You might consider listening in.
And there we go. Our first lead, our first real side quest to learn about Hazel Erickson and see if we can prove whether she is a fraud or not, which opens up this mind map here. Target is Hazel Erickson. We're going to profile her. We've confronted him. Blah, 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 blah. We have this whole mystery here, and we have this whole list of possible culprits, most of which we have never met or heard of, really, other than that little intro cutscene. But for instance, we know Mr. Aufin was X in the book, and he is not able to write. So it seems very unlikely that he is the culprit, besides the fact that he signed in later than Miss Dean as well. So it very much seems like he is not the culprit. But be that as it may, I think we have looked enough at the game that if you like the game, you've probably decided by now that you already want to go in and figure out more about Miss Hazel Erickson here and figure out if she's faking what she's faking, and you'd like to explore more of the manor, because obviously there's much more to it than just this ground floor here. There is quite a lot more, and you can go into the rooms of every single person in this game and explore areas outside of the manor too. And this mysteries map gets to be pretty large, as you can probably ascertain from the fact that it scrolls out this far. There's a lot to learn, a lot to do. I will say once or twice it does push you to, you might have to Google something here and there. You know, it's a game where you can beat, 95% of it on your own, but there just might be something that you just missed, and it's just not coming to you obviously. So you might have to, look at the wiki once or twice, but I don't think that that's a fatal crime for a game. I had a lot of fun with this game when I was playing it, and I beat it all the way through, and I wonder if you might too. Thanks very much for watching the whole video. If you liked it, leave a like. If not, leave a like anyway, because that'd be really nice of you, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a dandy day.